They're drying my hair.
Minutes as the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues after this.
We just got a $40,000 bill for your surgery.
What? The insurance company said it would be covered. What happened?
Unfortunately, this surprise medical bill scenario is far too common. Thanks to recently passed legislation, Ohioans will no longer receive surprise medical bills for emergency care or unexpected out-of-network care. If you believe that you've received a medical bill in error, contact the Ohio Department of Insurance at 1-800-686-1526 or insurance.ohio.gov.
This is Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
During Black History Month, we lift up the stories of many notable Americans and their contributions to our country. But we must do more. We need to have honest conversations about the good and bad of our history to help students become critical thinkers who can learn from our mistakes and triumphs and create a better future for all of us.
Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754. Schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
Attorney Tom McIntyre.
Life. It may knock you down, but you don't have to say that way. I'm Tom McIntyre. I'm a bankruptcy attorney, and I'm here to help you. Give us a call, and we'll send you a copy of my free book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's an interesting read, and it'll explain bankruptcy to you like no other book does. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Call Thomas E. McIntyre and Associates at 304-232-8600. Allow us to help put you back on the road to financial success.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts. More live and local programming than anyone else in the Ohio Valley. The Watchdog returns in moments.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I am the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Mostly cloudy skies, a sprinkler or two, maybe even a flurry or such. A daytime high near 38 degrees. Overnight low of 27 under mostly cloudy skies. You'll see mostly cloudy, rain on and off for your Friday, but a mild day with temperatures near 50 for the daytime high. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
You're early.
Roger that.
It's Thursday.
Why even call it Thursday? Problem? We have pizza on Thursday.
Places, please. Quiet down. And
Here is a complete disc jockey show with all the modern pace of today's exciting radio.
Good morning.
Let's get started.
Seriously. Let's go.
It's showtime.
Live from the Robinson Auto Group studios, this is the Valley's longest-running morning show, the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe from WKKX and WVLY.
Well, in the immortal words of Neff's famous philosopher R. Eugene Vesselonga, good morning. Hello. Welcome to the show, off and running on a Thursday. It's 37 degrees, Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 37 degrees. Here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, and it's 37 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Drop those degrees by about 10, depending on where you are. 37, it feels like 28 here at the home studios, for example. It's going to be one of the down days on the up and down roller coaster of weather this week. Not much warmer than we are right now for a high, looking for 39 for our predicted high today. It is going to be mostly cloudy, and you may just see a few flakes or flurries, nothing big to worry about or get concerned about, but it is a distinct possibility. 7-Eleven, as we get things underway. Got a lot of stuff to do today. We're going to be up and down, too, up on the serious side of life and kind of down on the fun side of life. Biff, I said last week, if you recall, it seemed to me we had been opening the show every day with two specific things. For about a week or so, every day we were opening the show with talk about the weather because we had the snow, we had the ice, we had the aftermath of that. So weather seemed to be like item number one. And then it seemed like, Biff, you remember what I said? It seemed like we were doing half the time at least. The next thing we got into was what? What was the second thing I said we got into?
Baby dog.
Baby dog is right. And you recall I said, and I'm going to say it again, I'm beginning to think there's something a little creepy about Governor and Baby Dog. I'm beginning to wonder, where does Baby Dog sleep at night? And I don't mean the governor's mansion or Lewisburg. I mean, like, where does Baby Dog sleep at night? Because Baby Dog and the Gob seem to be awfully tight. You get what I'm saying? So yesterday, Baby Dog was back. Baby Dog made yet another appearance at the governor's press conference. Baby Dog, God help us, was predicting the Super Bowl.
We got the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. Baby Dog thinks she's got it figured out right now. Last year, she nailed the score, nailed the over and under. Had, I think, the Kansas City score exactly right and right on the number and 31 points. But she's going to make her prediction for the Super Bowl right now. And if I can have a little help getting her up here, all right, baby.
God help us, here comes the dog.
Okay. All right. Here's what she thinks. She congratulates the L.A. Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals for getting there because they've beaten some incredible teams. And she says, and here's what she says. She says the L.A. Rams, and here's her numbers. That's a 2, and this is an 8. L.A. Rams, 28. And the winner of the Super Bowl is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, 30. And that's Baby Dogs. That's her prediction right there. Cincinnati Bengals, 30. L.A. Rams, 28. Y'all have a wonderful Super Bowl. She won't be able to be here on Friday, or I'd have her here on Friday. But that's her prediction for this year. Cincinnati, 30. L.A. Rams, 28. Thank y'all so much. Have a good day, everybody.
Lord. Oh, Lord. Biff, first of all, I got to ask you again, don't you think he's just getting a little too attached to this dog?
He certainly loves the dog. That's for sure.
I mean, Now, here's what she says. Baby Dog says, L.A. 28, that's 28. Cincinnati 30. She says Cincinnati. God help us. So I saw that yesterday, and I got thinking to myself, you know, I'm not a good odds guy. I'm not really good at predict. I know who I like in the Super Bowl, but you know, that's not my bailiwick. And I thought, who can I get to come on here and join us to make sense out of Baby Dog and to talk a bit about the Super Bowl? And then I thought to myself, wait a minute. We got a guy right on hand here to Watchdog who is much better than Baby Dog. And he is with us right now on the CityNet hotline, Mr. Bill DeFabio. Mr. DeFabio,
Hey, Howard.
good morning, sir.
Hey, how are you today? It's nice to follow
I am well.
Baby
How are
Dog.
you today?
I'm a little bit nervous because, you know, I'm trying to recover from what was a very serious surgery. And, you know, when doctors tell you that the Grim Reaper was waiting for you and I beat him, I feel real good just to be around. But I'm a little bit nervous because I'm going back on the air at 12 today and give myself like an audition because I think I will still do well with guests and that. But just a little bit nervous because I've been away from a microphone for so long. By the way, I got one that'll be Baby Dog. Elliot.
Okay.
Elliot's my cat that's in my lap. Elliot thinks that Elliot, he put 2 paws up, you know. He put 3 paws up, which means Super Bowl 3, where the Jets upset the Colts. He thinks, what'd you say? Yeah, okay, I'll tell Howard. He thinks that the Bengals are going to upset the Rams.
He thinks the Bengals are going to upset the Rams.
Yep.
I'm not a smart enough guy like you are, or like Elliot the cat is, to make a prediction. But I'm rooting for the Bengals, just because I would like to see them. So that's kind of cool. So this morning now we've got Baby Dog's prediction, Elliot the cat's prediction. Do you concur with Elliot, Bill?
Yeah, maybe it's because I have a rooting interest. You know, the Bengals have been so bad for so long. You know, that I just think, and you know, I watched a young Joe Namath play. I saw him play at Beaver Falls in I don't know what it was, right before he got the scholarship to Alabama. And he had that swagger as a senior at Beaver Falls High School. I see the same thing in Joe Burrow. You know, he just got that swagger, that confidence about him. You know, in one playoff game, he was sacked 9 times. Most of the times, you lose that game. He went on to win it. Now, the Rams have a great defense. They went on and got Matt Stafford, who had many bad years in Detroit, like most athletes who go there to play sports. He's with the Rams team. They got Von Miller. Last time I saw him, he was a Denver Bronco at Heinz Field during the regular season. And they got Beckham. They got him, too. And Stafford, Ramsey, a good defensive back that they stole from Jacksonville. They're in Hollywood. They're with the stars. They have stars. But you know what? They have nobody like Joe. Smoking Joe. Take it. Well, I don't know what today's date is. I think he's going to be the next Joe Namath. You'll see him in commercials. You know? Mark
it down, Mr. DeFabio's prediction. I don't want to take all of your stuff for your show today. I'm sure you'll talk about the Super Bowl a good bit today, tomorrow, and so on. But I did want to bring you on to let people know that after a little hiatus here for medical issues that, as you pointed out, we don't have to get into detail unless you do on your show later, but it was a rough go for you there for the last, month or so, huh, Billy?
Yeah, about a month. Yeah, about 43 days. It was the first couple of weeks were awful. You know, I would sit in that little red button in my room for pain pills, you know. And staying in the Presbyterian home was a very different experience working with physical therapists, dietitians. You know, I lost like 20 pounds, Howard. If you need to lose any weight, I'll give you some advice. No.
I was going to say, I need to lose weight, but I don't want to do it that way. I definitely don't want to do it that way.
No. And my sugar is way down. I don't take insulin anymore because I'm under 100 almost every day. But it's a hell of a way to lose weight. But, you know, the alternative was I might not have been around for a while, whatever. So I really appreciate life. I've learned a lot about diverticulitis. And, you know, I had good surgeons, good doctors. They probably got tired of me asking questions all the time. But, you know, it was about me. I was worried about me from day one when I stepped in the emergency room. So I'm just happy to be around, Howard. Enjoy life a little bit longer.
Bill, if I remember correctly, last time you were on the air, you literally had to leave during your show, and that's when this all sort of collapsed around you. Isn't that right?
Yeah, because I've had that pain in my, lower stomach. You know, I always thought it was a stomach ache or something, you know. But it wasn't. It was just building up, and then it exploded, and I'm very lucky that they got me in time.
No.
So
I know couple of years ago, as you might remember, I was in the hospital for an extended period of time. I had heart problems and kidney problems and all different kinds of things. And most of that time I was loopy. I mean, I was out of it. I didn't even know what was going on until after the fact. But it's a scary thing, as you pointed out. When they told me after the fact, they said, "You understand, we didn't think you were going to make it." It's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That puts things in a whole new perspective, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, especially when a couple doctors tell you you'll face another 20, 25 minutes and you would have been gone.
Oh,
that's scary. Geez. That's the scariest thing. I looked in their eyes and I went, well, yeah, yeah. And then I got a surprise about 42 days later after the surgery. Oh, by the way, Mr. DeFabio, we took your appendix out too. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah. And I said to the doctor and her assistant, well, why didn't you tell me what's in the paperwork? I've yet to see any paperwork other than what I can eat and not eat. Yeah, okay, I would have liked to have it, Howard, so I can put it on eBay. Maybe I'll make 50 cents.
You and your eBay, Bill, honest to goodness. Always looking for that angle, pal. Always looking for that angle. No wonder your weight went down. They took stuff out of you.
Yeah, I know. I don't have much left. I don't have a gallbladder. Prostate's gone. I have a heart condition. Got to the point where I was so disgusted I asked for a lobotomy. And a couple of nurses didn't know what that was. So, old guy here, what's he talking about, But you know what?
I have a new then the doctors came in and said, no, we thought you already had one, sir.
Yeah, I have a new rant now. I'm going to talk about sports, do movies, do have entertainment, start arguments with Lola, which I'm looking forward to because we always have fun. We are the odd couple. But I got a rant about health care, and it's in really, really bad shape, and it should be a priority, not only for senior citizens, but for all Americans. That's going to be my new rant.
I think until you've gone through a bad experience, people don't understand how our healthcare system can be so messed up. So that's good. Bill, you are feeling better, though. You're feeling stronger. You sound good. You sound energized. You sound ready to rant. So you're all excited about getting back on the air today?
Yes. A little bit nervous, though. But, I'm a pro. Once that microphone goes on and I start talking to Lola right before to do a little bit of prep work, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Strange working at home, but like you, I've done it before, Yeah. And it'll work out fine. It's radio, so, doesn't matter if I'm in the studio or here. I'd rather be in the studio, but this will work because, I've lined up some good guests. I totaled I have a lot of guests that's been to a lot of Super Bowls. I think I got over 200 Super Bowl coverages from my guests. I've covered 31 of them, so, there's a lot of experience there, a lot of stories to tell, but I like to have other people tell stories, and I can agree or disagree with them,
I know you've been ill, and I've been concerned about you, and I really mean it sincerely. I worry about you pushing yourself. I want you to take time and get well. But I had visions of you. I know how you are. I had visions of you saying you're going to get up off your hospital bed, off your whatever it is, and head down to the Super Bowl to be security again. I could see you wanting to be security again.
No, I turned that down before I got sick. I had a chance to go to L.A. to do security, to work the AFC hotel, and I said, no, thank you. I don't want to go to L.A., period. Because you know what? That's a long plane trip, and they have to give me a seat next to the bathroom, if you know what I mean.
I completely understand. So, Bill, give me a quick preview. You are going to talk, I'm sure, a lot about Super Bowl today. Who do you have coming on this afternoon for your return appearance?
Greg Brown and a number of Pirates in the front office called me about my health and that, and Greg told me last week that he's heading down to Bradenton today. And I said, what are you going to do? He says, well, I got to find out a little bit more about the lockout and that. And I said, well, let me have you on a guest to talk about the lockout, which we may not have baseball. And also, he was in 4 straight Super Bowls doing color with the Buffalo Bills, and they lost all 4 games. Can you imagine covering 4 straight Super Bowls and you don't come back as a winner? So he has a lot of Super Bowl experience and a lot of baseball experience. So he'll be my first guest. And then one of my favorite guests to talk about the hottest team in hockey, and he loves football. Everybody will give me a prediction. Even Lola, and I know she's going to go with her good friend Matt Stafford because he was a Detroit Lion, and I don't blame her because I think he might finally get his ring, although I think the Bengals will win. But Jay Caulfield is maybe one of the best hockey analysts around. He was the bouncer for Mario Lemieux, and he knows his stuff. And the Penguins right now are one of the hottest teams in the league. So we'll talk hockey and Super Bowl, all right? So I think it's going to be a good start, and I'm working on tomorrow. And tomorrow should be even better. With the likes of Ed Bouchette, I think we're going to have Franco Harris. maybe John Banaszak, who's played in 3 of the 4 Steelers Super Bowls. So, I try and make it fun and very informative because, like you, Howard, I'm the messenger,
All right. Billy,
A little
it's
bit
good to
thin.
talk.
I can only think of 2 people that are thinner than me, and that's Olive Oil and Twiggy.
I see you continue to maintain your same weird sense of humor, which I guess is a good thing, Bill.
Yeah, but when I laugh, it hurts, so I don't want to laugh anymore.
Hey, it's good to hear from you. We appreciate the report you do for us every morning here on the Watchdog Morning Show. And it'll be good to hear you back on the Bill DeFabio Variety Show this afternoon, beginning at noon right here on the Watchdog. And we'll all be tuning in to welcome you back. You may ease your way in, I guess, a little bit, but have a good show.
Well, I'd rather be seen when I get back in the studio, and I'd rather be listened to than viewed, if you know what I mean.
I do indeed. Thanks for taking a few minutes with us, Bill. Hope you're feeling better. Glad you're feeling better. And we'll all be tuning in today, right after the 12 o'clock TV7 news, for the return of the Bill DeFabio Variety Show.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a pleasure being on your show, learning about the governor's dog.
And we were happy to have it. And you tell Elliot we were glad that Elliot made an appearance there as well. So, all
Okay,
right, Bill, I've got to run. We'll talk to you soon, my friend. Thanks a lot.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you, Howard. Have a good morning.
You too. Bill DeFabio, he'll be back again in a couple of minutes with his morning sports report. But when I was working on the show last night, and I knew we were going to kick things off with Baby Dog making his prediction, and I knew that Bill was coming back today for, he's going to ease into this, I think, today, tomorrow, see how things go. And I don't want to get into too much here on the morning show, Biff. I don't know how much Bill wants to get into it, but I mean, he was really sick. I mean, it was not a pleasant time for him at all that he's been away. And we've had a lot of people always asking, where's Bill? Butch Maxwell's been on in the afternoon, Donnie Roberts in the afternoon, and Paul Harris has been filling in. I get a lot of people asking, where's Bill? What's going on? And he left the air. What did he say, 43 days ago? Is that what he said, 43 days? Or 43 days he was in the hospital? Anyways, well over a month ago, a couple months ago, really. He left the air one afternoon. He was doing his show, and he said, something's terribly wrong. I got to get out of here and get to see medical help. And he went through all kinds of things. But it's good to hear him back. I hope that he doesn't push himself beyond the limits that he has, because there is a tendency to do that. But at least for a while, he's going to join me in the ranks of broadcasting live from home. I do it now on a regular basis. This is part of my deal with the station now, so I can stay home and do the show from home all the time. But like Bill, I first began broadcasting from home after I'd been in the hospital and just really couldn't get up and get going and get moving out of this building. Then the pandemic came along, and then eventually we just agreed I'm going to stay home and, well, frankly, sleep in. But so Bill's going to do a show from home for a while, sort of put his feet in the water and see how it goes. But Biff, it was good to hear him. Good to hear him.
Yes, it was.
And I can see that although he says, I've learned a lot and I've changed a lot, he's still the same old Bill.
Yeah, that's not going to change.
No, he's the same old Bill. So tune in for the Bill DeFabio Variety Show, back in action today. I know he's on today, tomorrow. I think at that point he'll assess, how it's. I speak from experience. You think you're ready to do, I just right back to work, and you discover, it wears you out more than you thought. So we'll see. We'll see how Bill does. But he's in today, in tomorrow. A lot of Super Bowl talk and other things, as you heard. So what else are we going to do today? Comments on that public hearing yesterday for the anti-stereotype bill in West Virginia. Comments were overwhelmingly opposed to the bill. No, this is a terrible bill. The question becomes now, will the Republican leadership, which has been fast-tracking this transparency bill, they call it, will the comments sway anybody's mind, or will they go, okay, thank you all for coming. I know y'all hate the bill, but we're going to pass it anyway. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later on. Various tax proposals and pay raise bills are all pending in the legislature down in Charleston. And when they all combine, it could mean a big financial problem down the road for West Virginia. Kelly Allen from the West Virginia Center on Budget and Policy is going to run some of those numbers for us a little bit later on this morning. Senator Manchin says he's not a Washington Democrat, and in West Virginia, he needs Republican input. And we'll talk about what the senator had to say on CNN. COVID cases are dropping, but deaths are increasing in West Virginia. We'll look at some of the most recent stats. So I got all of this coming up, some more on the Super Bowl, a little bit about Valentine's Day. You can call me if you'd like to, 304-232-8255, 304-232-TALK, or you can use the CityNet hotline at you can use the Watchdog Morning Show text line at 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600. 37 degrees straight across the board, looking for a high, not much more than that, high today of only 39. Going to be cloudy with some winds blowing around and maybe even a light flurry or two. Now it's time to head to the news desk from our friends over at the Big 7, WTRF TV. Check some of the local news. Then Billy is back with us. He's got his morning sports update for you. And Aaron Myler will come in and we'll see what the forecast is as we begin to head into the weekend. It's all coming up here on the Watched. Oh, and coming up next half hour, Biffy, you can think about this, see if you can make the connection. What does ice fishing, shanties, and hookers, what do they all have to do together? It's just one of those stories you go, really? Really? So we'll have that coming up next half hour, too. Watchdog Morning Show for a Thursday.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from 7 News.
A full day before they returned with a verdict, the prosecution claimed his ex-girlfriend was severely beaten. She suffered a fractured skull, broken ribs, a punctured lung, and a swollen eye from the alleged incident in July. The prosecutor says Arbogast has prior criminal convictions, and that could enhance his sentence. Officials at Public Service District 4 tell 7 News water has been restored to residents along Cameron Ridge. Residents there were the last residents to have their water restored following the storm. The compounding problem began with a garage fire on Carmichael Lane. Firefighters used a portion of the remaining water supply. Officials say the reason why it took a couple of days for residents to get their water back is because PSD2 provides water to PSD4. PSD2 didn't have power or water at the time. Haley Hoover has been bound over to the grand jury. The former Buckeye local high school teacher has been put on leave after allegations of an inappropriate relationship. She was arrested last week for alleged sexual battery against a student. The full details and the statement from the school can be found over on WTRF.com. That was a look at your headlines. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Hey, another W for the Wheeling Nailers. On the road, they beat Kalamazoo by the score of 4-1. Wheeling has won 3 of their last 4 games. Well, you ready for Super Bowl 56 Sunday? It will feature some very, very talented athletes. Let's start with the quarterbacks. The veteran will be starting quarterback for the Rams. He spent a lot of bad years with Detroit. His name is Matt Stafford.
Is there anticipation? Is there excitement? Absolutely. It's what you dream of doing when you're a kid. Out in the backyard playing catch with your dad is going out there and getting a chance to play in Super Bowl. So excited about that.
And then there's the next, in my opinion, Joe Namath, Joe Burrow, the young, quality, and talented quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals.
The historical significance of what we're doing. We're just out there playing football and getting better while we're doing it.
And I'm sure Bengals head coach Zach Taylor loves having his young quarterback operate the offense.
It allows everybody just to play that 1% better because they know on the other side that trigger man's capable of doing some really special things.
And then there's that oldie but goodie, the former Denver Bronco, who has some Super Bowl experience that I'm sure he will share with his teammates with the Los Angeles Rams, Von Miller.
And there's no way I can really just explain to them exactly what it'll be like. But, I can tell them what it feels like to go out there and win it. And that's just what I've been putting on the guys, man. Football heaven. We're 60 minutes away from it.
Hey, enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. I kind of like the Bengals to upset the Rams. I think it'll be an interesting battle in L.A. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
Too many West Virginia families trying to go to sleep tonight won't be able to.
I'll take a second break, Biff. Excuse me, after Aaron.
Drug companies continue to make record-breaking profits. It just isn't right. That's why we need our Senator Joe Manchin to support the Build Back Better.
One.
With us in this fight, and West Virginia families are counting on him to deliver. It's time to pass Build Back Better now. Paid for by Protect Our Care.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
Now is the time to explore Toyota's wide range of all-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles. Like the brand new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Or go off-road in a rugged new 4Runner. Visit your Toyota dealer today. Or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, offers end February 28th. Toyota, let's go places.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
You're never too far from the most local programming in the Ohio Valley. Find us here. AM 1600 and 1370, FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog. The Watchdog.
Broadcasting from the Ohio Valley, talking about the Ohio Valley. We're live and local. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
It's 7:38, 22 till the hour, 37 degrees pretty much across the board this morning here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We'll do some more Super Bowl talk coming up a little bit. It was fun talking to Bill DeFabio. Good to get back with Bill for first time. And Bill's been doing the morning report for us. He's working from home. He's been out with illness, including he had about a COVID while he was gone, but that wasn't the biggest problem. He'll tell you all about it on his show this afternoon. But after really almost a couple months away, Bill is back this afternoon, the Bill DeFabio Variety Show, with lots of good guests and good conversation, broadcasting from his home studios, just like I do now. So Bill is back with us this afternoon. It was fun to have him on with us and talk to him and to kind of get his take on things. And we were talking about Super Bowl because the governor yesterday brought Baby Dog out. God, you know, I know people think that it's because I don't like the governor, and I do like the governor, and I do think the governor has the state, it is the best interest of the state at heart. I don't think he implements policies that are good, but I think he has the best interest at heart. And you gotta love a guy who loves his dog. I don't want to make fun of that, Biff, because, you know, you gotta love a guy who loves his dog. I just think sometimes he loves that dog a little bit too much. And when he brings that baby dog out, you ever notice how that big smile he gets on his face, Biff? And I'm talking about the governor, not baby dog. I don't think baby dog gets a big smile on his face. But you notice the big smile the governor gets on his face, and hi there, girl, hi there, girl. He's just as happy as can be. I don't know. I still think something's weird about that.
Well, maybe that's what makes him happiest the most. Who knows?
Well, I think it is. I mean, that clearly, if you watch everything the governor does, you watch his press conferences, you watch his briefings, you watch his public appearances, watch the State of the State speech a couple of weeks ago. What's the one time you see him smile and be happy and ebullient more than any other? What is it, Biff?
Baby dog.
Baby dog. Hey there, girl. Bring the girl out here. Oh, hi, girl. A little bit humorous. He can't even lift the dog up anymore. I need some. Can somebody help lift her up for me? Bring her up here on the desk. So, and Baby Dog is predicting the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. I had forgotten she did prediction last year, too. Was she right or wrong? Do you know? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't.
But I know that I don't remember either. I didn't know. I couldn't remember that she even did it. But when I was looking up this video clip yesterday, I came across the video clip from last year. Of course, she predicted. She disagreed with Punxsutawney Phil. Baby Dog did, but Baby Dog said that the spring was coming quickly. We weren't going to have 6 more weeks of winter. So, bless their heart, Baby Dog is back and is predicting the Super Bowl. Again, more Super Bowl talk coming up in a couple of minutes here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Is Aaron with us? Okay, because I'm a little early. That's why I asked. Actually, to be precise, I'm on time. But since I'm never on time with Aaron, I'm never sure if he's there or not, because he has learned to adapt to the fact that I am so seldom on time that he kind of takes a little bit easy getting here. But I was on time today, which is strange. Aaron Myler, sir, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I was
you usually
commenting
call
to my
it
wife.
7:40.
Did I? Yeah. Right on time. I'm, as you know, I tend to be. You guys at TV, you have to be exact. 5:52, 53. You have to say this, or at 6:58, 22. Here in the radio.
Oh yeah, double down for a second.
We're a little more flexible over here.
Yeah, not so much here. It's like I know exactly what our little the things we do on Good Morning America and CBS This Morning. We go on at exactly 7:56.
Yeah. And you have, I don't know how long you have, but you have exactly 2 minutes or 90 seconds or whatever it is. It's and
exactly.
Don't try and add an extra word or two in there, right?
Yeah, it's like sometimes they get to the end, they give me a 5-second thing to tell me finish up my thought because all we have left. And then I'm like, oh gosh, if I can't start another thought, if I'm in the middle of a thought, I'm like, I got to wrap this up real quick. So that's why sometimes you'll hear me just stumble and really quickly get it out. Or you'll have me speed up real quick at the end because I'm like, I got to say it.
And it's going to be cold and goodbye.
Literally sometimes. I'm like, yeah, we're going to have a cold day again. It's going to warm tomorrow. Bye.
Goodbye. I'm done. So here we're a little more flexible, and as you well know, you tell the audience, you guys probably complain about it over the radio, the TV station. I'm just never on time, especially for this segment. I don't know why. I'm just always running late. I think it's because when I get up, I haven't got I come right on to do the show at 7:00, and I haven't kind of got my stride yet by 7:30, and so I'm always a little bit off. But here we are.
I know.
We're together.
It's also halfway through my shift, so I'm already well used to the day.
Yeah. I was complimenting you to my wife yesterday. We went out to pick up our grandson, and as we did, there was a tiny shower, just a tiny shower, just enough to turn the windshield wipers on for a minute or two, and then it was done. And my wife said, I didn't even know it's supposed to rain today. And I said, if you had listened to Aaron Myler and I talking about this in the morning, Aaron said we're looking for a little round of sprinkles in the afternoon. It won't be all that bad. In fact, if you aren't out before it, you probably won't even, unless you're out in it, you won't even know it rained. And that's exactly what we got. We got a little sprinkle, and then it went away.
Yeah, it's like, it's so quick sometimes, and that's when it's like, I hate when I like put it on, I was telling you this yesterday, I hate when I put it on the 7-day forecast, because it makes it look really dramatic with the words down there, and then I'm like, it's not going to be like a thing though, it's just like, it's such a quick thing, but if I don't say it, then I'm wrong. So I have to say it still, but I'm just like, I always try to stress, like, it's not that big of a deal. You're going to see a couple raindrops, and we're going to move on. It's like, right now, it's in flurries outside in some places around the area this morning. It's like, a couple snowflakes. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, some people may look at your forecast and go, flurries, oh, snow coming again. No, it's just, a few flurries floating around in the early morning hours. It's 37 right now, or it was when I checked the airport temperature last, which is about as high as we're going to get. Maybe go a little bit higher, but not much more, right?
Yeah, we're going to 39 for the day. So, I mean, it's really not getting very warm by any means whatsoever. We've been talking about it all week long, that little temperature roller coaster, and we're continuing on that today. So it's going to be with that little, I mean, we're going to be cold today, but even cold, 39 is actually our normal high temperature. So colder than yesterday, but still where we're supposed to be sitting. And then going to 50 tomorrow, and then cooling right back off for the weekend. So we're continuing on that weird little thing. I mean, the next one, major weather, I mean, it's going to be windy today and tomorrow. So that's notable. But the next main thing is going to be some rain showers moving in tomorrow. We'll see a couple starting in the afternoon, but it'll mainly pick up again in the around dinner time tomorrow, so in the evening. And then some of those could turn into some snow showers for the first part of your day on Saturday. But again, even with that, it's not like anything like last weekend. It's just going to be like a few snow showers. You could see a little bit of accumulation, but even with that, again, it's not going to be like last week. It's going to be like less than an inch of snow accumulation. So it's really not anything that's necessarily notable at all to worry about.
We're looking at 37, as I said. I think that's right at the airport. There's a feels like of 28. It is going to be a somewhat breezy day. Maybe not full-fledged windy, but at least a breezy day, right?
Yeah, so we're going to have wind speeds today, with my paper, out of the southwest, 9 to 15 miles an hour, gusts up to 26 miles an hour. Just so generally meaning, it's like a breezy day. It's nothing where we're worrying about like power outages or anything from the wind. It's just going to be a little bit breezy today. So, I mean, that's just, yeah, you'll know, like I said yesterday, you'll notice it. Some days it's just like a light breeze. You don't really tell. You'll probably think about it today, but it's not really going to affect your day other than just a quick little breeze kind of thing.
So short form basically today is a fairly typical January day. 39, 40 degrees, little breeze. Might see a flurry, but no big deal. And that's pretty much it for the day, right?
Yeah, it's a typical day. I mean, it's exactly nothing that's really notable. And like I said, even with the rain and like light little snow and rain showers on Saturday, even that's not really that notable because it's not going to be anything like that to worry about or be concerned with. So, like,
so so the bottom line. Well, actually, it's February. I just said it's January. Actually, it's February. It's February weather.
That is correct.
That's all we got. All right, sir. Appreciate it. Good talking to you. How do I phrase this? I'm sorry I was on time. But I appreciate talking to you. Have yourself a great day, Aaron. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
You too. Talk to you then, Howard. Have a good one, guys.
7:48, it does until the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Aaron Myler from the Big Seven. Yeah, we're doing some Super Bowl talk today, a little bit more coming up in a minute or two. I mean, the NFL season all comes down to this, my friends. It's Super Bowl 56. Rams taking on the Bengals. To celebrate, our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook are hooking all customers up with a risk-free same-game parlay. New and existing customers can place any same-game parlay of 3 legs or more on the Super Bowl, and if you don't win, FanDuel will refund you. Same-game parlays take multiple bets from the same game, combine them into one wager, and that means you get bigger payouts. So you can build your parlay any way you want to. Spreads, money lines, total number of points, Super Bowl prop bets, pick and choose what you think are interesting, put them all together, make a big prop bet, and you'll get a risk-free same-game parlay increase. You know, every day, the little piece of information our friends from FanDuel send to me, Biffy, say, you know, the host should, that's me, I am the host, talk about what you love the most about FanDuel. And I think I make it clear, but let me make it clear. I'll tell you what to me is the best part about FanDuel. Yes, it's getting money, and yes, it's getting the extra deals, and yes, it's getting the, you know, the good, some of the good spreads, all the deals they offer. But to me, because I'm not really a gambler or a gamer, to me, it's that FanDuel is such an easy thing to use. And I've said this over and over again, but I want to repeat it. It is really easy to use. It's really easy to place your bet. It's really intuitive. You know, if I walk into an actual casino, Biff, sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to do here. But when you're on FanDuel, it's very intuitive. You can figure it out. I mean, unless you're a dunce, in which case you ought to be calling the gambling hotline, not FanDuel. It's really easy to figure out. And to me, as a newcomer to it, that's what I like the most about FanDuel. Now, they do have fast payouts, get them to you in as little as 2 hours. They are America's #1 sportsbook, and that means other folks have certainly found them to be really good. And they are the official sports betting partner of the NFL. So that gives legitimacy to them as well. Now, my friends, if you already have an account, just place your risk-free same-game parlay bet before the Super Bowl to qualify. New customers, you can join today using my name as the promo code, Monroe, M-O-N-R-O-E, and you will enjoy 56-1 odds. 56, get that Super Bowl 56, kind of clever. You can enjoy 56-1 odds on either team to win the Super Bowl, which means put down $5, you can win 208. That's a good way to get some cash. Promo code Monroe on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. FanDuel is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And now all that legal stuff I have to tell you. You must be 21 or older, physically present in West Virginia. Refund is issued as non-withdrawable site credit, and that expires in 7 days. Maximum refund is $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions do apply. See the terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And as I mentioned earlier, if gaming is fun for you, if gambling is part of your entertainment dollar, as it is for most people that I know, that's fine. If you decide, you say to yourself, hey, I'd like to go out and have a couple beers, or I might go to a movie, or I think I'm just going to gamble a bit. If that's the area that you put your gambling in, then you're fine and go and enjoy FanDuel. If, however, you can't control gambling, and some of you can't, then it's time for you to call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. FanDuel is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. It's 8 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show.
Coming up on Metro News Hotline.
On the Thursday edition.
Metro News Hotline with Dave Weekly. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6 at WVMetroNews.com and on this Metro News station.
We just got a $40,000 bill for your surgery.
What? The insurance company said it would be covered. What happened?
Unfortunately, this surprise medical bill scenario is far too common. Thanks to recently passed legislation, Ohioans will no longer receive surprise medical bills for emergency care or unexpected out-of-network care. If you believe that you've received a medical bill in error, contact the Ohio Department of Insurance at 1-800-686-1526 or insurance.ohio.gov.
This is Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
During Black History Month, we lift up the stories of many notable Americans and their contributions to our country. But we must do more. We need to have honest conversations about the good and bad of our history to help students become critical thinkers who can learn from our mistakes and triumphs and create a better future for all of us.
Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
It's the 15th annual WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital OVAC Basketball Championships. OVAC schools will battle it out on the hardwoods for the conference crown. The boys' finals will be played on February the 12th at Harrison Central High School. Go to ovac.org for game times and ticket information. Don't miss the WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital OVAC Basketball Championships on February the 12th at Harrison Central High School. All games will air live on AM 1600 WKKX and the WatchdogNetwork.com. The OVAC would like to thank its official corporate partners: WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, Belmont College, Project Best, Bordis & Bordis, West Virginia Northern Community College, Huntington Bank, Health Management Solutions and Paramount Preferred Solutions, West Liberty University, and the Family Talk About Drinking campaign, brought to you by Anheuser-Busch Distributors of the Upper Ohio Valley.
The timeless sounds of polka live here. Join us 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays for the Polka Showcase with Rich Biella. Sunday mornings never sounded so good.
We're on air, online, on video, and on demand. Find us where you like us. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
We'll talk about that public hearing on the so-called transparency bill in West Virginia coming up next hour. Also, we'll talk to Kelly Allen from the Center on Budget and Policy about how they're rushing to cut taxes and raise pay. All of this is going to combine to create some fiscal problems for the state of West Virginia. And is anybody stopping and taking a look at this? We'll talk about that coming up in the next hour. Right now, here at 7:56, 4 before the hour. Biff, when I say ice fishing, what do you think of? Ice fishing, what do you think of?
Alaska.
Alaska, yeah. I mean, I think ice fishing, I picture, people out in the middle of the frozen lake cutting a hole in the ice, right? When they're really committed to it, they bring the big tents they put up, and they've got little stoves to keep them warm, and they almost, camp out on the ice and cut a hole in the ice, and they do some fishing. Now, have I ever done that? No. But that's what I think of when I think of ice fishing. So the issue came up in a council meeting in Hudson, Ohio this week, as the city officials are considering allowing ice fishing at the city parks. Now, a few of the councilmen are worried, and I can see this, that people could get injured. The mayor of Hudson, Ohio, is worried that ice fishing could lead to prostitution. And I scratched my head a little bit and tried to figure out how he got to that. Well, the mayor says if you allow ice fishing, these people might build shanties to conduct their ice fishing in. And that leads to the problem of prostitution. Just some data points to consider, he said. So when this mayor, Craig Schubert in Hudson, Ohio, when he thinks of ice fishing, he doesn't think of people getting cold and catching fish and cutting. He thinks of shanties, which I get them building the shanties. And when he thinks of shanties, he thinks of hookers. And I'm just wondering what kind of guy this guy is. This is what he comes up to. He said, my comments about ice fishing, the permitting of shanties on lakes, and prostitution stem from my experience as a former television reporter. What? What kind of reporter were you that had you out on the lake in ice shanties and hookers? I don't know. I'd be wanting to know more about your background there. Several of his fellow council members said this is crazy time, but they all said they weren't surprised. Apparently the mayor has a history of saying some really strange things at council meetings. But anyways, in Hudson, Ohio, the mayor thinks that ice fishing in city lakes is a dangerous thing because people will build shanties and then they'll bring hookers. To each his own, I guess. It's 8 o'clock. ABC's covering the world now.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
From ABC News.
Biffy, Capitol report when we come back, and then we'll do some odds and ends for the rest of the first half hour. Kelly Allen calls at 8:40. All right, and I'm going to go get some more coffee because it was really good, and I'll be back in a minute.